morning, everybody. Today we're going to talk about the influence of personality in second language acquisition. We're going to focus on the work by Lalonde and Gardner, who have worked on that topic in many of their essays. According to them, personality variables are in some way or another linked to the process of acquiring a second language, if not directly, at least in an indirect way. Taking into account their studies on the topic, the more motivated the learner feels toward the process of learning, the more self-confident he or she will be when learning the language. So we can say that there is a link between motivation and linguistic anxiety. The more motivation, the less anxiety when learning. It is also necessary to say that there is still not a clear and delimited scale to know to what extent those personality features affect the acquisition of a second language, especially because it is hard to delimitate the levels of motivation, self-esteem, or anxiety in each person, and because these levels can vary depending on the context or situation. In relation to this topic, we have today an special guest on the program. Juan Antonio Rubio is a renowned sociologist specialized in problematic guys, and he is going to explain us how they acquire a second language throughout non-academic means, as for example, video games. Morning, Juan Antonio.
Well, thank you, Felipe. This topic has always been interesting for me, and lately I found out that video games are a key element for children who have troubles when socializing or in class, so they can learn languages at home, having fun. Video games provide a base of both language and challenges, leading the children to an almost subconscious learning. For example, let's picture a Super Mario game. The controls are displayed on screen: A, run, B, jump. The kid will find out himself what each button does, and eventually what each word means. We have a vast amount of video games available, providing different challenges and different complexity of language that can be risen as the learner progresses. For instance, a game where language is a key element, Phoenix Wright. This is the perfect game for advanced learners, since they will have to play the role of an attorney in a trial.
So what kind of video games do you think are better for children in order to acquire a second language?
Well, as I was commenting before, children may start with games specially developed for them in the same way that they watch movies or read adapted books. They will progressively bring new vocabulary or more complex linguistic structures as the child grows.
Well, how do you think video games can reach children?
Online gaming can also fight socialization issues while the child learns. Some children simply don't feel like they fit in their current environment. A bad experience with classmates can be fought with better experiences online. Children will realize that they can make friends, and this will give them confidence enough to make them in real life. In addition, most of the online interaction will be in English, forcing the child somehow to use the target language.
Well, thank you for being with us today, and we'll come back next week. Bye!